Appreciate you guys tuning in. The Tastemakers Podcast begins in 5 minutes. Make sure not to go nowhere, because Quote, Brina, Trisha, and Corey, also known as the Tastemakers, will be with you in 5 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us. Oh snap, you still here. Listen, in less than 3 minutes, the Tastemakers Pod will be on and popping. Don't miss Bree, Quote, Trish, and Corey talking about the hottest topics in culture. Again, less than 3 minutes. Make sure to stick with us.
Tastemaker.
Classic. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers. Aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight.
I told y'all, patience is a virtue. This is what perseverance will get you. In just 60 seconds, you will be live with the Tastemakers Pod. Again, appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
For the new tastemakers, sommeliers came out to play. Classics in the current day. For the movers and shakers, for the new tastemakers, sommeliers came out to play. Classics in the current day.
Tastemakers.
What it is, what it is, what it do. Yo, what's going on? How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I'm just.
what was that?
What's happening?
What you mean? What's happening? Oh, the bottle?
We're all confused. Yeah.
Oh, it's still unopened.
I'm trying to get a deal with Puff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Got you. Okay, well, that is what it is. Listen, giving you just a taste of the culture. It's the Tastemakers Pod. That be Trisha Bell right there. That's your man T. Goss. Right there is Brina. They call me, quote, we are the Tastemakers, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Inez in the chat representing Columbus, Ohio. OH. No return to IO. Okay, I'm just what's going on here. Shouts out to your man Charles in the chat as well. Definitely. He did not follow instructions, but he is currently in the City of Angels. But listen, y'all know how we like to start off every single week. How y'all be? How y'all been? What's the last week been like?
Listen, if you knew what I just did to be here on time. All the things. Whew. Anyway, my week has been interesting, actually. Yeah, with everything that happened in Buffalo, it's interesting because I feel like everybody's been so triggered by all the past stuff that I know a lot of people who are like avoiding like diving deep into what happened because we just don't want to feel that feeling again. I'll speak for myself and some of the people who I've talked with. But I lost a cousin on Monday and it was like sudden, not sudden. We didn't know she was sick. So sudden to most of the family. But I saw her and I was like, taken aback because she didn't look like herself. And so I think just in light of like my family dying, it just kind of like I've just been thinking about Buffalo, if that makes sense, like just that correlation. So I don't know, just still trying to process like my cousin and then everything that happened in Buffalo. Like I haven't really had a lot of time to process. So I don't know. It's just been an interesting week.
I mean, it's an important correlation. You, of course, and your cousin, of course, definitely our condolences on, to your family and what's happened there. But then to think about everybody who got shot or who died in the Buffalo incident, they were somebody's cousin, somebody's brother, somebody's sister, you know what I mean, as well. And so I'm with you. I've kind of asked to not maybe be enraged. Kind of just didn't want to really dive too deep into what happens. I mean, we didn't even necessarily make it a topic for the show tonight, even though, I mean, we're talking about national news here. Just trying not to dive in too deep because it's a horrible situation. And then, I don't know, just things don't always be feeling right across the board over here. But yeah, definitely our condolences, Trisha, to you and your fam for sure.
Thank you. Yep. And sorry to hear that, Charles. I just read your comment. So sorry to hear that.
Wow, one of his wife's relatives was actually a victim in the Buffalo killings. Wow. Yeah, definitely. It's crazy. J.R. Psalms, I saw that representing VA 7 cities. Always appreciate you being here, man, as well. Goss, how's the week been?
Yeah, so I was in the metaverse all day today, trying to figure out how we can have church in the metaverse. I feel like they're trying to transition me to be a metaverse pastor. So I was on.
You got the Oculus joints?
We'll probably get them.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably buy a pair. So I was in the metaverse training all day today, which is cool because there's like 141 million people who are in the metaverse, and there's only 14 churches.
That's crazy.
Only 14 churches so far?
Only 14 churches. So
wow.
It's still like, cutting edge technology because a lot of people don't know how to use it and go about it. So my pastor's always trying to be ahead of the game, like ahead of the curve. So I'll probably end up being a campus pastor in the metaverse. And
That's
that
dope.
thing, he was like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So he was like, go to these workshops, connect with these people, see what we can do. And it's really interesting because it's not just what I thought. Like there's like different platforms, but all together it's called the metaverse.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. I learned a lot. I got some Zoom meetings tomorrow. So that was dope.
Have you been in the metaverse yet? With the Oculus and everything like that. Okay.
No.
I had the opportunity to experience that, and it's you can definitely see all the possibilities as soon as you're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're literally in somewhere, and with the Oculus on and everything like that, where 3 of your 5 senses are being stimulated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're only missing
Wow.
taste and theoretically smell.
Yeah.
But 3 of your 5 senses are being stimulated in this thing, and yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I've heard that it's like a adult version of Roblox, kind of. I don't know if anybody has ever played Roblox or has kids or.
Yeah, I got my kids play. My daughter plays Roblox. I can almost see that to an extent. I can almost see that. Yeah.
It makes sense because they get to build their own like worlds and all that stuff. So it's very similar with the metaverse. Like you can build your own, whatever.
Yeah, but it's kind of, it's still trying to see exactly what kind of programming has to go into what. I mean, because I was in the metaverse and I was checking out like these apartment buildings. And I'm like, okay, so are cats going to start buying apartment buildings in the metaverse?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Buy land.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just trying to see how that's going. So I think of programming, okay, how do we take things that I'm already doing and put, like, for instance, how do we have the Tastemakers Pod in the metaverse? Like, whose TV channel in the metaverse do we have to be on to have the Tastemakers Pod there? You know what I mean? Just all of that stuff. Because theoretically, though, but YouTube, you can watch YouTube in the Oculus and stuff too. I actually watched the Tastemakers in the Oculus just a little bit, so I can see how they're looking. Yeah, it was live too. Just kind of like, just. Okay, it's crazy. It's just the way it all works is kind of bonkers. But yeah, very, very interesting. Brina, how was your week?
My week's been good. I've been in training for a different reason, a boring reason, but just working. No complaints. Everything's cool.
Yep. Charles said Metaverse is basically The Sims meets the movie Surrogates. Yeah, in a sense.
I've heard that comparison.
Mm-hmm.
So my week is just, weeks just seem to be flying by. I don't know, the older you get, it seems like just time just keeps moving. Right? So I feel like I don't even really get a chance to really process the week. Has the week been good? Has the week not been good? Is it just the same old check box every week of the, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where my life is real quick. Just living for the weekend per se. So
I don't even slow down. I was at my part-time today, and they was like, yeah, you guys get paid tomorrow. I'm like, we just got paid last week. They was like, no, you didn't. That was 2 weeks ago.
I feel
like, no, that was last week. They was like, no, you're getting paid tomorrow. I said, for what? I didn't even do any work.
Bruh, I feel the same way. I just looked at the calendar and I was like, yo, didn't we just get paid? I'm like, okay.
Did we just get paid? Yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
I guess my bills, the way my account work, I don't know. I don't be feeling like I'd be like, man, wish I can get paid again. You know what I mean? I wish I had y'all's problems with that. Shoot.
I be trying to tell them keep it. I'm like, yo, keep that joint for like a month and just pay me like every month.
I ain't never.
See, we ain't doing that.
Well, I'm rich, Trisha. So
hey, then
I don't need money.
Why don't you go ahead and donate?
That's all it. Just throw it into
your nieces and nephews. Over
I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Put it in the Tastemakers Pod. Put it in the Tastemakers account.
I bought you them drinks over at Phil's. I paid for dinner when we was there.
He did.
I did enough for you already, Trisha. I did enough for you. Okay.
Listen,
Brina, what do you need, Brina? I got you, Brina.
Right.
What
I will send you a list.
What you need? I got you, girl.
Buy Brina a house in another state. How about that?
There we go.
And I ain't saying nothing else. That's it.
Hey,
ain't no lies told.
Quote.
You a grown man. You a grown man.
Hey.
You a grown man.
Did I I get grown man out here?
Hey,
You good.
Yo.
So two. All right. So I have no clue why I've been doing this, but I've been listening to Kevin Samuels lately. Right? R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
Now listen. I'm not saying my whole perspective has changed, but
nope.
He low-key had some good points to the girls he was talking. Well, I've only seen like 4 videos.
Oh.
Only seen like 4.
Oh,
older ones? Older ones or newer ones?
I don't know. Because
the newer ones are ratchet. The newer ones are crazy.
Yeah, these from like
it's still all bad.
From like 2020.
Yeah, I think.
Well, the older ones aren't as bad.
Safe. Yeah, it gets real crazy. The newer ones.
Okay.
Crazy.
Right.
All right. He was having a little bit of good points stuff. I still don't rock with him for real. I mean, R.I.P. for sure. But I still don't like endorse him or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I don't endorse him, but the 4 videos I saw, he had some good points for these ladies.
Charles said, "You see, high value and high yellow."
Hilarious.
Yo.
Wait, did y'all see his Atlanta episode?
Oh yes, I did. After golf spoiled it
for
us.
It.
Yes.
I can't even be mad at him. He killed it.
He did kill that episode though, didn't he?
He killed it, yo.
Which
he
just
killed
showed
it.
me, yeah, the acting. I think I think Kevin was a full-time actor anyway, in my opinion.
Of course.
No disrespect,
probably.
but
yeah,
he got some acting skills for real, like for real. It was,
that was the best episode so far of the whole season.
Yeah,
we gotta, like I said, what we got? Maybe 1 or 2 more episodes.
One
I think. One more. Yeah. So we definitely got to talk about Atlanta probably next week. Is everybody else keeping up fairly much on it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yo, it was funny because so on Tuesdays at staff meeting,
Bang on deck.
On Tuesdays at staff meeting, we go around and we say what we're thankful for. So my thankfulness was I'm thankful for Atlanta, the TV show. And they said, "Oh, so tell us about Atlanta. What's that about?" I said, "Oh, what's about
Corey?
Oh Lord.
Oh my gosh.
The background guys is Corey works at a majority culture church, so
I say, yeah, so it's about this dude, Donald Glover. He's a manager for this rapper named Paperboy, and they're always around white people, and he be trying to maneuver through situations in different spaces.
It's so funny though. I know
it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
The storytelling is
Darius is the funniest one.
Because he always low key, like he just low key, but he's the one starting stuff a lot of times.
And he starts something and he just disappears too.
Right.
So yeah, shouts out to Stephen the Levite in the chat as well. Listen, we got to get into these topics, y'all.
Yes.
Find out what's going on tonight. Of course, appreciate you guys hanging with us tonight. It is the Tastemakers Pod. Make sure to follow us on socials at the Tastemakers Pod. Tonight,
Puff, holla at me.
We're going to talk about, is there like a Christian hip-hop follow-away? We'll get into who started this discussion and about their tweet, and we'll see how much we agree with that tweet. We're going to talk a little bit about your girl, Brittany Griner, and just kind of see what's going on there.
Brittany.
Candace Owens versus BLM. That's been a big thing this week, so we'll talk about that.
Yo, Candace Owens is bad.
The congressional hearing on UFOs. The congressional hearing on UFOs. We'll talk about that as well. Kanye West sweeping all the Christian categories at the Billboard Music Awards. We'll talk about that.
So weird.
And are Christian singles entitled? We'll talk about that. And Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers review Kendrick Lamar.
I feel like you got to do that when you say it.
We'll talk about that. Shouts out to Tosh in the chat. We're talking about all that tonight. I think we're gonna breeze through some of the topics real quick. So I don't think it'll be crazy, even though we 7 topics deep. So we'll see how that rocks out. Without a further ado, though, before we jump into these topics, let's get into our meme of the week. Who's up first, Bree?
All right, Trish is up first.
Now y'all know.
What's a fact?
Y'all know your mom and daddy. Now, specifically my father, will turn off every light in the house except that one right there. And Destiny can attest to this.
Yeah.
I can't stand for a light to be on in my house that don't need to be on. I can't stand it. I'm just thinking about the electric bill. I'm like, why is that light on? Who in the kitchen? Who cooking?
Right.
Who
And
cooking it this
It's
time?
so funny because I used to be the kid that left all the lights on, and now my kids do it, and I'm like, why is the light? Why is
No.
Ain't nobody in the bathroom. Why the light on?
Turn it off.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Who was that? Teddy
No,
P? Who
and
was that?
that's
That wasn't
funny.
Teddy P.
Turn off the lights. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Sure
That's
was.
Teddy P? Okay, my bad.
It
I'm
sure
tripping. Go ahead.
was.
That was Teddy
No,
P.
and that's funny because like when I leave, I keep all my lights on. Because once I realized how much of the electric bill or how much my lights being on doesn't affect my electric bill, I'm like, it don't even matter. Let me keep all these lights on.
Again, y'all, Goss does not have kids.
Yep.
So
Freedom.
he still doesn't understand how that is and how that
I be
exactly
turning the lights off.
Yes, my husband definitely. Yeah, you know, he's the one that said it actually. Say, that's your father.
Yeah. Nah, all right. So that is what it is. What is the next meme? I didn't see this.
Y'all know who this belongs to.
Yo.
Is that a Goss?
Yep.
Goss with the draft day. Draft day do be like that. Why is that? Yes, that is definitely how it be on draft day. You be looking at all these cats and all these black dudes be having these,
It's so funny.
These white women on
That's
their arms,
accurate.
for sure.
That is accurate.
You know,
Did y'all see Bronny? Did y'all see Bron James' son? He went to prom with the white girl.
Okay. So listen, one thing about this, right? I think we try to say like these young men are just choosing white women. I don't think it's that simple, y'all. I think, especially you look at a Bronny, and some of these people are being groomed to be, first round draft picks or whatever.
Yeah.
They end up being in a certain other section of society.
Sure.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they end up not being around as many black folk.
Right.
And so they just love in proximity. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
I agree.
At that particular time, I believe.
I agree.
I think you have a point, but I also do believe, and it's nothing. I just want to make this statement.
Yes,
so
there's
nothing
nothing
that
wrong.
we're
Right.
It's not nothing wrong with it.
I don't
But
see
as a
nothing
black
wrong.
woman, as a black woman, you know what I mean? I think sometimes it's like, it's just interesting. I'm always interested as to why a young black man would look over a young black woman and choose a white woman. And sometimes you can't help who you love. Like I understand that. And like proximity, I totally get. But what if it's like, what if it isn't, what if that's not the case? What if it's just, I mean, I don't know. I'm just talking.
I really believe it's a proximity situation.
Me too.
I really is. And I honestly, I just think about myself. Before, we were talking about play dating, but like probably before I was 12, I was a military brat. I was overseas. I was born in Panama, spent time in Portugal. I'd be always just the only black guy in the classroom.
Not white though. Panama and Portugal?
No, I'm saying I was in these places, but I was on a military base.
It's different. On military base,
I'm on a military base.
It's mostly black and white.
So yeah, it's still just But in these places, a lot of times I'll be the only one. You know what I mean? I'll be the only one.
What's happening?
Oh Lord!
You talked about getting a shot earlier, Lord.
Oh man, but yeah. So anyway, I just think that's what it is. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, that's my first couple of before 12 years old little play girlfriends was a couple of white girls. Why? Because won't nothing else there. It won't nothing else there. I mean, to be completely honest, it'd be me, one black guy, and one black girl. And
wait,
it didn't.
I'm sorry, JR made a very great point. He made a very great point.
He said Zaire Wade changed his whole gender and still ended up with a white girl. Yo, I'm gonna let y'all know, no matter what nobody say, that is a heterosexual relationship.
No,
That's
not.
wild, yo.
It's
That's a
it's a
heterosexual.
mess.
He a boy that want to be a girl. She a girl that want to be a boy, and they together. It's a heterosexual relationship at the end of the day, guys. I don't know what else to say.
Technically,
It's confusing.
I don't know what else to
confused.
say.
would say
Hmm.
yes, you're right. However, in their eyes, it's different, and it's to me. It's just interesting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, shout out to them.
but-
Shout out to them.
I mean,
I
Yo,
agree.
Inez
I
is
am
stressed
confusion
out.
too.
Inez is stressed out, bro.
Listen, it is a heterosexual relationship.
Someone go rub her feet, bro.
Destiny,
She's stressed
it's-
out.
he is a boy. I mean, a girl. The white boy is an actual girl, physically.
Right.
So she's a trans. He's a
Yes.
trans
So
boy.
Lord,
he's a boy who is now a trans girl. She is a
Right.
girl who is a trans boy, and
Right.
they are together. It is a heterosexual relationship.
God blesses that union. God blesses that
I'm
union.
just saying.
I would
just
do that
saying.
wedding. I would do that wedding. It's a fact.
Anyway, so
So listen. Okay, are we good? Are y'all good? Y'all all right?
yes.
I'm still confused, but yeah.
That's
Marina,
what I'm
it's a
saying.
boy and a girl.
No, I
The
get
boy
it.
and the girl. At the end of the
It's
day,
just
a
mental
boy and a
gymnastics
girl.
is what it is.
It is mental gymnastics. I cannot front. It's
I
mental
simplified it
gymnastics.
real quick.
Right.
I was like, "Oh, okay, I see you this, you that." That's a heterosexual relationship. At the end of the day,
Too much.
y'all tried it, but y'all still ended up right back around. Anyway, listen. What was the next meme?
Okay, this one I believe is yours.
Okay, cool. My meme. Yeah, started from the
You are
beginning.
nasty.
Hey, don't judge me.
Okay, when you're ready.
Just a heads up, you guys got a creepy old lady out here soliciting sex for a junior bacon cheeseburger with no lettuce or tomatoes.
Stop it. I'll let my manager know. Can I take your order?
Can I get a junior bacon cheeseburger with no lettuce or tomato?
You are nasty.
Hey, don't judge me.
Okay, when you're ready.
Just a heads up,
Yo.
you guys got a creepy old lady out here
Damn,
so-
this one- there we go.
Anyway, I don't know if everybody could hear, but I thought that was just hilarious.
I'm slow. I'm so slow. Tell me.
You missed it? Okay, now I got to say the whole thing with it now. He said, look, there's this lady out here. Y'all got this creepy old lady out here soliciting sex for a junior bacon cheeseburger with no tomatoes, no pickles. And she's like, okay, cool. I'll tell my manager what's popping. She's like,
Right.
cool, great. He's like, what's your order? He's like, junior bacon cheeseburger, no tomatoes, no pickles.
You're trying to get that.
And then she said, you nasty. And he was like, don't judge me. It was hilarious. Yes, absolutely hilarious. Indeed. And what's the last meme that we have?
The last one is mine. So this is actually a friend of mine. He's doing like these series of like, what if God was leading praise and worship in heaven? So basically, he's singing songs about himself. So I'm gonna go ahead and.
You have come into my house to gather in my name to
and
worship me. You have come into my house. Isn't it beautiful? To gather in.
Wow. That is some church baby stuff right
Okay.
there.
Vibrato was on point. Absolutely. I heard it.
Listen. All right, so check it out, y'all. I
Vibrato.
told y'all we're going to start doing some different things. Some things we'll hold off till probably our year anniversary of the Tastemakers Pod. But This is something we wanted to try to implement as soon as possible. All right.
Mhm.
So check it out. Check it out. I know there's always people in the chat saying, I wish we could vote. I wish we had polls, different things of that nature, right? So if you go and either download the Kahoot app, Kahoot, which is what? KAHOOT. If you download that app, or you open your browser and go to kahootit.com and put in the pin that's right here scrolling at the bottom there, the 863-1615, 863-1615. If you do that, you will be able to interact with us from a voting standpoint, just to let you know. And we'll go ahead and try it out real quick, see how you guys respond to it, whatever the case may be. Shouts out to Judon and the joint. That is the code, kahoot.it.com or kahoot.it.com, something like that, on your browser. Yeah. Or you could just download the Kahoot app on your iPhone or your Android in your Play Store or your Apple Store, whatever the case may be. Put in the code 863-1615, and that is going to allow you actually to be able to vote in on different topics we'll have. We're going to try it out this show, see how it goes, or whatever the case may be. Again, cats have been like, quote, we need polls. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to give you all some polls and see what you like. So make sure to go ahead and do that. Kyle Manning is into the chat. What's up, Kyle? Definitely, Tosh.
Nah, Kyle be talking crazy to me. Hold on, where's Kyle at? Nah, not in my chat. Kyle, you better come in here, sit down, and don't be causing no trouble.
Yeah, so Kyle, make sure to go and get your vote on too at the Kahoots app. Again,
what's up? I want all the smoke.
15.
Where's Kyle at? Show your face.
Right now, only Inez is in the joint. We appreciate you, Inez, for actually being a part of
tell
the
Kyle
voting
get up
process.
in that jank. Tell Kyle get up
Jasper,
in there.
what's going on? How are you? Miss Jasper representing Richmond, VA as well. So yes, you licked the microorganisms off of that fork. Dang, what are you eating, Goss?
Some tiramisu.
Okay, with the tiramisu. All right.
He said he rich. He
did
all the expensive stuff. Don't turn the lights off.
Well, listen, this is me stalling to try to get more than just Inez in here on the first joint. Appreciate you, Stephen the Levite. I appreciate that.
Thanks, babe.
It's not throughout the show. It's like we're about to do something now.
So it's throughout the show. There's going to be polls for everybody that doesn't know. Probably most topics will have some kind of poll at the end of it where you'll be able to actually interact, and we'll be able to see who's what, who wins what, whatever the case may be. Whoopity whoop, yada,
just
yada,
let
yada.
Rock then. So just go
yes. So you can chime in at any time, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
but this is the first one. It's happening right now. And right now we got 2 people in, so we're gonna go with the 2.
And quote, matter of fact, quote, to sweeten the pot, I'm giving away $20 for lunch tomorrow for somebody that I don't know. I'll think about it. But I'm giving away $20 cash app for something about the poll.
Y'all better get in there.
And you heard that $20 cash app. We're gonna have your lunch tomorrow from your man. See Goss, you know what I mean?
Everybody but Kyle. Kyle can't win. Kyle can't win.
I know that's you. We know that's you. Listen. So let's go ahead and start this first poll here. The whistleblower, don't be cheating. Give your honest opinion, Steve. Stephen Levi and Inez. And the question is simple. Which meme of the week was the best this week? Was it Quotes meme? Was it Trisha's? Was it Corey's? Or was it Brina's? Which meme of the week was the hotness so far? And again, there's going to be polls throughout the show, so make sure to go ahead and download the Kahoots app, try to join in, and you can kind of go from there per se. It looks like
it is a tie.
Where did the code go? The code is actually in the bottom joint, JR Psalms. You can see it right now on the screen. It says Kahoots pin 863-1615. You can chime in throughout. So even if you missed the first question, you can actually get in a little bit later as well. So that is what it is. What is Kiera talking about? The Dave Chappelle show where he said he cracked the dinosaur egg and ate it. That's Goss. Wait, it hatched and he ate the dinosaur. I'm
I remember that show. I remember that episode.
Oh, because of how you eating whatever you eating there.
I don't care.
Yes.
Okay. Really? All of that, Goss? All of that?
It's a lot.
All that for Kiera.
All right.
All that
Okay.
for Kiera.
So all of that.
All that.
So, again, so it looked like the meme of the week was a tie right now between
come
me
for
and
me.
Trish.
And
I
I
wonder
eagle my
who
fork.
voted for Trish. But
We wonder.
we wonder. But that is what it is, y'all. Let's get into these topics for the week. So, your man C. Goss put out this tweet earlier this week. And this is what the tweet said.
Oh.
And this is what the tweet said. You know,
I don't have that one.
Okay. So what the tweet said
I mean, I can
was...
read what it said.
Well, Goss, go ahead. What did the tweet say, Goss?
The tweet said...
We can't trust him because he be.
I got it right here. I don't. Yeah, he coughing it, clearing his throat.
I was clearing my throat like a talk.
Listen, half the era of Christian hip hop we grew up with ain't Christians anymore. That's what the joint said.
Ain't even Christians.
Of the era of Christian hip hop we grew up with ain't Christians anymore.
No quote. Ain't
even
Christians
anymore. Ain't Christians no more.
Give me the slang.
So, Kiera hit you with the ouch. Inez said facts. I'm trying to find out where y'all getting this from. Tasha said drop the code in the chat. Tasha, it's scrolling right.
I put it in there.
Nah. Tasha's another one. Nah, I got smoke for Tasha tonight too.
Oh Lord. So
yeah, I'm on one today. We up. What's up?
So,
Tasha, come through.
You know you talking to my friends, so
she's my friend too. I think.
You know, you coming for them, you coming for me. So
I like that energy. I like the energy, Trisha.
So listen.
Loyal.
Do we really feel like that's the case necessarily? What are we talking about here? The chat seems to actually kind of agree, but Trish, what you think?
Case, quote. It is.
Well, I was saying that I wouldn't say half of CHH because I really feel like I think it's the people who have left the faith. I think it's impacted us pretty greatly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like artists or influencers who had this huge platform, right? But that doesn't mean he's not considering himself a Christian, Kyle. He's a Christian. he's not a Christian.
Kyle, what did I tell you, bro? What did I tell you?
So we're not about to go into that. I'm not going into that.
Kyle's coming for Lecrae early.
We're talking about
Kyle,
we're talking about people who have left the faith. Lecrae has not left the faith. So specifically the people who have it, I wouldn't say half. It's just been like a greater impact because of the people who have left the faith. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what you say, Bree?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Trish. I mean, if we think about the people who have formally made announcements, it's really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not half. It's a really small percentage. So
definitely.
Yeah, I don't agree with half.
It's definitely not half. I'm gonna tell you, like I put underneath your little post when you put it there, Goss. You give me one person that's fallen away from the faith, and I'll give you 5 who are still here, still rocking out for Christ, still doing the thing. So, no, nowhere near half.
No.
Maybe 10%. Maybe.
I'd say 5.
Nowhere near 2%. Half. So
I know, but that's what we're talking about, Kyle. We're
Kyle!
talking about people who left the faith, and you talking about something totally different.
Kyle don't listen, bro.
Y'all, it's funny. So, Goss,
Kyle ain't listening.
Back up your point, Goss.
Facts. My husband said a lot of CHH in his era wasn't even Christian to begin with, and that's a fact. Which is crazy. But
y'all ain't ready to have that conversation.
Hold on, Stephen Levite. A lot though? What's a lot? What percentage is a lot?
And Stephen would know, and he would know.
You see,
what's a lot though?
I don't want to speak for him, but
my bad, Inez. My bad.
But yeah, like, yeah.
What we saying is a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was that sect of cats that couldn't make it in the mainstream that would come over and do what they did in the Christian hip hop joint, and they may or may not have been Christian, yada yada yada. But come on, guys, what kind of numbers we talking about?
Nah. All right, so boom,
making blanket statements. Sorry.
Yeah, we putting a blanket over every day, a comforter, a blanket, a sheet, all that. I'm gonna tell you why. So this art form that has evolved into what we know, well, a lot of cats ain't representing the name anymore anyway, of Christian hip hop.
Goss, do you represent? Oh, anyway.
You know what? Hold on a second.
Whoops. Okay.
What the girl say? Don't do me. Don't do me.
Don't do me.
Don't do me.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am a hardcore representative of the church in CHH. I'm church boy to the core. What do you mean? What are we talking about here?
You are that. You are that.
I feel like you transformed.
Are your lyrics that?
Just a little.
Yo, Cats is disrespectful out here, yo. What you mean? I am explicitly a Christian rapper.
I don't buy that.
Wait, okay, hold on. But wait, quote. I'm sorry. You heard his
I heard the new album.
But did you hear the one song?
Which one?
About the John.
The John.
The John. That song is not explicitly Christian, bruh.
Majority of Goss's music that I've heard in the class 3 or 4 years
is explicitly Christian.
Have not been explicitly Christian.
No,
they have been more
romantic
in nature, in my opinion.
That's so clearly y'all don't listen to my music.
Or maybe it was just the singles. Maybe it's a joint I would call singles.
Like I said, clearly y'all listen to my music.
All right, maybe it's just the singles. Maybe it's just
because let's all right, forget my point. Let me go back to the regular point, the CHH stuff. So we grew up on this thing of CHH that involved people like Cross Movement, that involved people like Petty D, that involved people like Canton Jones, the West Coast dudes.
Everybody that you just said is still in effect.
Hold on a second. I'm not saying they not. I just named everybody that still loves Jesus and all that stuff.
Okay.
And secondly, when I make my point, I'm not naming any names of people who left the faith, but I'm going to go straight off of there are so many people because it's not necessary.
They done already made their statements.
Hold on a second. Because
go ahead.
Perception is reality. Yes or no?
Not always.
The answer is no, but in the world we live in, the answer is yes.
Okay, then. So perception is reality.
Perception, no. Biblically speaking, the truth is not perception.
But in the society that we live in,
we can say
for people to even agree, way more than 70%, 85% of the people agree with my post. And these were people who grew up with Christian hip hop, who are pastors, who else were they? That were very knowledgeable of the game, right? So these aren't people that are just on some Corey's right, fanboy, let me go ahead and like this status. But these are people who have seen the culture, what some people would call mature.
You do have some of them, Goss, just so you know. You got some yes people around you, just FYI.
No, I know. I mean, everybody does. But I'm saying in that post, there weren't a lot of yes people in there. Even right now in this chat, Stephen the Levite just agreed with what I was saying too. So what I'm saying
is he agreed as much as he was saying. He was talking about more so about people coming in, maybe not. Yeah.
Like,
got you. Are we familiar? Are we familiar with Pastor Jerome Gay over in Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
He even commented on my joint.
Well,
you understand me?
What did he say?
So he gave the surprised eyes, like the. But
that doesn't mean that he agreed with you, Corey.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
That's not a cosign.
To make me say the N-word.
All your comments, out of all your comments in the chat of that post, my comment got the most likes or responses. Of course, your main topic got the most because it was the main topic. But out of the comments in the joint, which is how many comments we got here? It was a lot of comments in the joint.
Like 80?
76 comments. My comment had the most responses to it.
Quote.
Because
quote. Hold on. What's the most?
Nobody is half. Who are these names? Who are these half peoples that's left to say?
quote, those 5 people that liked your status.
6, 7.
Why he trying to
8.
play you?
Because it pales in comparison to
Sir.
everybody that agreed with what I was saying. Out of all my 80.
But
People
people
just
always
be hating.
but I think the issue is that people aren't like considering the actual numbers.
Right. People
Like,
are being
let's-
overly dramatic. Name these
Yeah,
people.
like,
That's
what
what
are we
I'm
talking
trying
about?
to explain to y'all.
Name
That's
these
why
people.
I started. No, the names are important, but that's why I started with the perception is reality. Because if I can say a statement like that, if that was across the board or even majority not true, people would say, nah, Corey, you tripping. That's probably like 2 or 3 people, but not half. But most people agreed with what I was saying. Why? Because there has to be some truth to what that statement said. It wasn't something that outlandish. It wasn't something far-fetched. It was something that is a reality, whether people say it or not. Like, so some people announce their departure from the faith, and some people don't announce it, and they just kind of do their own thing, which I like that better.
It's a
If you're not
social
gonna-
media truth. And a social media
No,
truth
it's not,
oftentimes
bruh.
is not a real truth.
Corey,
No,
Corey,
but
look
there
at the
had- but there's-
numbers. What I'm
but
saying,
there
what I'm
is-
saying, what I think is that people, it probably feels like that because of the impact that the people who left the faith that were major in CHH had on them. It feels like, oh, half the people in CHH they not believers
Listen,
no
come
more.
on,
It
guys. We can
feels like
name
that, but
these
that's not
people like
reality.
I can name these people on 2 hands that we talk about.
And it's still not going to be half.
It's
And
not
it's
gonna be
nowhere near
half.
half.
Mm-mm.
All
It's
right.
nowhere near half.
We talk okay, just to update the
Joseph
people.
Solomon, Fanatic, what the boy Kid.
I didn't grow up on Joseph Solomon.
Or you might growing up. Well, that takes one away from the number.
He's an influencer, and he wasn't necessarily CHH, but he was
Right,
of the community. So we're talking just real quick. Can you just recap what we talking about? Because people was asking what we talking about.
Okay, Goss made a comment. He put it on social media. He said, "We don't got the tabs up. We don't got." My bad, Brandon. I'm messing with you. So Goss made a comment. He put it on social media. He said, over half. Man, now I got to read the daggone comment again. He said basically half of the era of Christian hip hop we grew up with ain't even Christians anymore.
Ain't even Christians anymore.
That's what he said. Half.
And we
Come on, man. It's
disagree
just-
because
that is a social media truth. That is not a truth. It's not real.
Mm-mm.
It is an exaggeration, and people on social media exaggerate, and that's what so the sentiment of what you were being said is what people responded to. But if we really looked at the
I would
numbers,
agree with that.
it is nowhere near half.
I would agree with that.
We
if
can't
credible
name 10
people-
right now.
I would agree with that if credible people did not respond to my post and agreed with me. But you have credible names under that
what
post.
did they say? What,
That
And
agree
then
with me.
everybody ain't necessarily agreeing with you. I mean, like D-Mob was
If
like,
they say facts,
if
they're
they
not
say
agreeing with me.
heartbreaking, if they say heartbreaking, that's not necessarily agreeing with
Yes,
you.
it is.
It's just seeing the
It's
sentiment.
just a comment. It's just a comment.
What?
I don't know. Maybe
It's just-
maybe heartbreaking sounds like they're agreeing. I
It
don't know.
sounds sad.
Adam
If you say-
Coleman said, really sad, shaking my head. It's not truths, though. They're exaggerations. Nobody else is going to call you out but me. I'm the one that's
I
going
get
to
called out all the time. I get called out all the time on Facebook. What do you mean? People love to call me out. They love when I'm wrong.
Cats is like,
Oh my goodness.
then some people were like, were they even Christians to begin with? But anyway, yes. No, it's not half. That's crazy.
Yes, it is. It's probably more than half.
Okay.
Now you
All right.
now you're doing
All
it else.
Which leads us to our second poll of the night. Again, make sure to go to the Kahoots app or take it in your browser at kahootit.com and make sure to put in the little code. What is the code, Brina? It's 983-5673 and make sure to get your vote on. We're trying out different things to try to make sure you guys are able to interact. Cats was like, quote, we want to be able to vote. So this is
Ask
it right
Tony.
here.
No,
Let's
that's
go ahead.
Tony. What's the boy's name? Manning? Kyle? Ask Kyle.
You said Toby. I'm mad.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, Kyle said you should have said to many instead of half. So I
Facts.
still think
Oh, I agree with some Kyle.
I still
said.
say many or a lot. Well, actually, many I can. I don't even know if I can go with many. I think when we hear of people leaving the faith, it really gets to us as believers, and we put a lot of emphasis into it because, just people leaving the faith it's a big deal. But the number of people who are actually leaving the faith, I don't believe is as big as we make it out to be.
It's probably
but
we just don't know.
Again, let's go to the votes real quick.
What the vote is talking about?
What y'all say in the chat? Kahoot pin 983-5673. What you got, Bree?
Let's see.
Yes. Stephen the Levite said, those credible people, they assume that you are actually exaggerating. So yes, do you believe half of the Christian hip hop artists have fallen away? 75% of our poll says no. Only one says yes.
Let's be clear. That's 3 people.
Tosh.
3 people said no. 1 person said yes. So that's it. What's the pin, Destiny? The pin is 983-5673. It kicked me out. I can't get back in.
What?
Stephen the Levite, because it's Kahoots, we're gonna make that a user error. Destiny can't get it either. What's going on, y'all? It's cool. This is a national platform used at Fortune 500 companies here. What's going on here? But anyway, y'all keep trying to get in and make them votes pop. K-Bots. Who's JR? All right. So listen, the next topic of the night. All right. Listen. Is it straight to Candace Owens that quick?
Hey, that's my boo.
No.
That's my
First
boo.
of all, stop capping. Don't play like that, Corey.
Candace is married, ain't she?
No.
She married, ain't she?
She's
Who
pretty
cares?
girl.
Who even cares?
She is a terrible human.
Bro, y'all can't tell me who I think is attractive.
Y'all
And
done made it
why?
go.
Because of how she looks, her
No,
attitude,
first
and her
and
mind
foremost-
and heart is dark.
My bad.
Get outta
Candace Owens isn't even the next joint at all. The next
Nah,
joint. is
let's
Brittany
make it the
Griner.
next joint. So let's make it the next joint so me and
Candace
Trish can
Owens.
argue.
Let's go. Candace Owens.
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead. So listen. Let's
Trish,
check out these.
would you rather me marry Candace Owens or a white girl?
A white girl who
Yeah.
loves Jesus and has a great heart. Yeah.
Same thing. Anyway.
Wait.
Y'all terrible. Y'all terrible.
You
Y'all
wild.
terrible.
And what is okay? I don't even care. I don't.
Candace Owens is bad, bro. Man.
Desi said she dry just like her rap.
Oh God! Listen.
Stop.
If she was a Democrat, y'all would love her.
No.
Yes,
Not
you
at all.
would. Yes,
No,
you would.
I absolutely
Yes, you would.
wouldn't. No.
Yes, you would.
If
Yes,
she
you
was
would.
still talking crazy the way she talked, I absolutely still would not like her. I don't care if she's a Democrat, Republican.
Yes, you do. Oh, you care.
Oh, I don't.
All right.
Yeah, exactly, JR. Exactly. Anyways, so Candace Owens disrespected the BLM people. Go ahead.
Let's check it out. Let's see exactly what happened here.
Lloyd.
What's that thing on her
And demanded things, harassed me,
head? On her forehead.
is unacceptable.
We're not trying to harass you. We'll gladly leave. We're just wondering if we can speak to anybody.
Y'all, I really need my family to be safe. I need to be safe. I need my child to be safe.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with a news crew. She was demanding that I come outside.
Hello.
And that was the end of that.
So you know what? I don't think we even got to show the other one. Okay. Well, Destiny said I thought it was another video. Okay, so let's get into the other video then. Okay, so this is the other video. We'll go ahead and show that one here.
Oh, I didn't see this one.
It's about a minute and some change.
Oh, you're gonna show that? Oh, I was like, wait, what?
Oh.
Yeah, I wish somebody would come to my house.
There we go.
Do a live claiming that I went to her property and demanded to speak to her. And I only way I can describe it is she sounds like she's really scared. We're working on a documentary talking about all of the funding pertaining to Black Lives Matter. Obviously, we know that Patrice and a lot of the founders purchased $1 million homes in white neighborhoods. They also purchased a Black Lives Matter property. So we went to the property and asked if there was anyone that we could speak to, very politely, by the way. We've got cameras in tow, so there's no way she can, it's all on camera. And we just said, is there anyone we can speak to? Nobody asked us to leave. The person went inside. It was just a white man that we saw outside that was providing security, which is super interesting because obviously Patrice here is anti-police. And so she's, oh my God, I think she's crying on this live, pretending that she was harassed. Like I said, very politely to the guy, is there anyone we can speak to? My name's Candace Owens. We never went over the gate. It was just me ringing the doorbell, trying to speak to someone. He said absolutely nothing. He started just recording us. And we said, okay, if there's no one we can speak to, we're going to leave. Patrice is pretending to be scared because she knows that this Black Lives Matter lie is falling apart. And she doesn't know what to do. I mean, people are aware of the scam that is Black Lives Matter. She's intentionally limited the comments, so you can't even comment on this post, because I was going to comment and be like, this is a complete lie, and we have it all on camera in terms of what happened. So what you are seeing right now is the face of a woman who is pretending she's afraid of right-wing pundits, when in reality, she's being exposed as a fraud who took millions, used the faces of Black people, took millions of dollars to fund herself, to fund her lifestyle, to fund her girlfriend, and to buy $1 million mansions in neighborhoods where no Black people live. So Patrice, this footage that this story that we're covering is just
So Candace Owens is doing a report or some kind of a documentary on BLM. And so they've got the news crews out. So they went to the house, different things of that nature, asking to talk to somebody, yada, yada, yada. Boom, boom, boom. Brina, what you think about this situation here? This Candace Owens versus BLM?
I mean, it's like, I'm not in support of either side. The movement of BLM, yes. The organization is just kind of iffy, but yeah, this is Candace Owens. She's probably there on some mess anyway. So this whole pretending to be civil and pretending to be a decent human being, like I'm not buying any of it. It's like, why does she need to do the documentary? Like, why her?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. So why, Candace? Why? What up, Goss? What you think about this situation here? Candace Owens versus Black Lives Matter.
Listen, my baby mama, Candace Owens, she be doing a lot. All right? I know she be doing a lot.
You got to
feel me? But
that's not even
everybody, she's doing what she gets paid to do. Like, just like Kevin Samuels, he found his lick. And he did what people say they hate. But apparently, in this video I watched last night, he was like, listen, you got to listen to me. I got 1 million followers on all of my platforms. So somebody like me, right? So somebody like Candace, because she's a popular person.
A lot of people do.
They do, you're right. She's a popular person, and you know what you're going to get with her. So I don't, to be frank, I don't care about this story at all. But what I'm saying is, I feel like Candace is doing what we know Candace is going to do. Candace is going Candace. And that Black Lives Matter girl is going to do what she's going to do. So, of course, they're polar opposites. Like, they're both doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're probably both lying. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I just feel like it's if they want to live in a white neighborhood, who cares? Like, if Candace want to make a documentary about it, let her make a documentary. It's America. You do what you want. You know what I'm saying? So I have no, real strong feelings towards it. Like, yes, Black Lives Matter is right and Candace is wrong, right? Or even the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Trish, Candace Owens versus BLM.
I mean, it's all very weird. It's Candace is weird. I don't agree with anything that she says, typically, for the most part. Sometimes she has some truth It's very, very seldom though. And yeah, same with what Brina said. Like, I am not here for the actual organization. Sure, the movement, because we do matter, right? But outside of that, I feel like this whole story is giving weird. It's sus. It's very sus. The whole thing with Patrice and all the things with the houses and there. Listen, it's sus. Okay. But yeah, I don't. They probably are both lying. Who knows? I would believe that they're both lying. I would not be surprised. I'll say that. And Candace I feel like she's just she likes to start stuff. So, and like somebody said, she gets paid for that stuff. She gets paid. She's doing what she's doing for starting fires. That's what she makes her money off of, which is so listen, I don't know where your morals are, what your values are, sis, but I'm gonna pray for you.
Man, those kind of people don't got no soul.
But you like her though.
I love her. I'll kiss her in the mouth tonight.
She married though, right? Ain't she married?
You said she was pregnant, Josh? She pregnant?
For real?
She looked pregnant.
Hey, you want to shot the club up?
She looked like she was pregnant.
Yes.
So I'm actually quite surprised. I didn't know this topic was going to go like this. I thought this would be a little bit more polarizing than it was. But the chat was on it from the jump, and I guess everybody else is pretty much yes. So Inez says she is married and she is pregnant. So it is what it is.
She married a black dude?
No.
Hold on. How do you know, Trish?
I've seen him.
Oh, okay. I've seen him. I thought Trish was on my antennas is telling me.
No. She that's all the men she's ever dated have been white.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I actually try to, get some of the sisters to date outside their race. We want to make sure that everybody, gets to have what they desire. And but yes, so listen, I was very shocked at how this conversation went. I thought it would be a little bit more.
That energy behind that was a little
wild. That was hilarious. So listen. Obviously, these are two people / entities that we, as a whole, seem to really not rock with or stand behind. I think, obviously, by looking at the video, what Candace did as a quote-unquote correspondent / maybe journalist / just start mess up, whatever the case may be, she seemed to be fairly kind with what she was, with her tactics, per se. I don't know that, there we go. Wrong person for the job. If somebody's going to expose Black Lives Matter, I don't know that I want it to be Candace Owens.
No.
That's what this is at the end of the day. Do I feel like she was just doing what she says she's doing? Do I feel like she was doing it the wrong way? Not necessarily. They went there. They seemed to be respectful at the gate or whatever the case may be, yada, yada, yada. The same way any journalist would do it, theoretically, right? So that's that. Man, but we have really turned our opinions on Black Lives Matter in the last 6 months to a year, haven't we? Like, what is it about BLM, chat? Let me know, that has all of us like really not checking for Black Lives Matter,
because we Christians.
Is that what it is? Is it because we're Christians and some of the stuff that they were founded upon, or maybe whatever the case would be? That's what it is. I don't know that that's what it is for me.
Well, it's more. Go ahead.
Well, you're not a Christian.
We're not even gonna. I'm not gonna address that statement. There's Seagoss pushing the boundary, and then he turns into light skinned Corey, and I'm like, I'm not even addressing that. So listen. So Black Lives Matter. Even if I wasn't a Christian, I feel like, probably it is probably because I'm a Christian. And there's definitely some things that was on the About page or whatever the case may be, maybe that we didn't necessarily rock with. But then I'm also looking at and then let's hold on. Yeah, why is it that we just don't trust? I don't trust them just off of the feelings. It don't feel right. But what is our real reason why we don't rock with Black Lives Matter? Y'all please let me know.
Well, I know for me there was they were I know they were funded by oh my gosh, what's that rich man name? George Soros, is that his name?
Don't get me
Soros.
started.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't keep up with the billionaires.
he ain't. I mean, he's not. I don't think he's here for Black people. So it was like really weird. It's just like certain things that where they're getting their money from, like who's funding them, and I think initially, everybody was like, yeah, like this is amazing, like what y'all are doing. They came out when, oh my gosh, the boy, my brain, y'all, I don't remember.
Yeah, no, you're good.
The dude with the hoodie that got killed, the young man.
You know Trayvon?
Trayvon Martin, yes.
Okay.
And that's when it's like they sparked up, right? So it was like, okay, everybody was for them, but eventually I think when things started to kind of fall apart was later on down the line, especially during the rise after the George Floyd stuff. That I think that's when stuff, I mean, even before that, but I think it got bigger. Like people were more suspect of them because of certain things that was coming out. But yeah, I'm looking at these comments.
So yeah. So Tasha made got put points first. When they established an agenda, I didn't agree with all of it. That's first. Tasha put that. She also put let's see, there was something else Tasha put. There we go. I could never get with the lack of real leadership early on. And then who was it? Was it JR? Who else was it? Somebody else said something that was really potent that I wanted to pull up, but I can't think of it here. Okay, so listen, my thing is this. I don't know that they ever expected the response they got. You understand what I'm saying? So did they have, so Kyle said, just read the mission statement. And I get it. And that's why a lot of us as Christians definitely was like, just based off the mission statement. So I rock with that. As far as the misappropriation of funds, I don't believe they ever thought, like nobody saw George Floyd coming like that. So they were active with Trayvon Martin. They were active with this and with that. And then of course, COVID, George Floyd, this, 2020 just went bonkers. So all this money now floods this way, and they were never big enough to handle all this money, nor did they have the leadership in place. But as with any small business, when it starts up, if you were to get a flood of funds like that, I mean, at the end of the day, it was very easy for things to be off with the funds with the spending, because I don't think they were ever necessarily built to receive that kind of money in which they received. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely was off with the spending. When you are basically basing your situation off of making sure to be able to be at certain protests or whatever the case may be. Well, I mean, not necessarily is there always going to be a high profile event to protest. You know what I mean? So, or how much money does it really take to fly a certain amount of people to a certain area and make sure we have what we need to have an effective protest? The amount of money they received was probably 100 times more than what they needed.
Yeah.
And so therefore, I mean, it's easy to question, what they do with the funds or whatever the case may be. Or whatever the case may be. I definitely feel as Christians, we had an issue with the mission statement from the jump. So that definitely was that.
I didn't rock with him once Jamal Bryant endorsed him. I was like, nah, I'm good. Jamal Bryant endorsed him.
Did he?
I'm good.
Really? Okay.
Yes,
I thought you were
at the Million Man March.
Okay. So listen, I'm right there with you. If Jamal Bryant
Jamal said this,
if he endorses it, I'm probably gonna have my eyebrows raised as well. So it's just interesting. I do feel Judon says, as far as funds, they aren't doing anything illegal nor outside the norm for these kind of organizations. I kind of feel that way. like I said, I'm not pro Black Lives Matter, the organization. The mission statement and yada, 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 I don't really rock with. And like I said, whenever there's that much funds coming in, they never expected for that much funds to be coming their way. There's going to be a misappropriation of sorts, or mishandling of sorts, right? Real Jasper said, "Dang, Jamal Bryant, no love." Nah, we don't really.
We don't got no love for Jamal
like that. Nah. No. I mean, I hope to see him in heaven, but outside of that,
y'all gonna have to expound on that.
I don't. Nah. I just
no
know
love for Jamal.
It's personal. It sounds like it's personal.
No. It's. I mean, maybe knowing people personally. In certain camps, like, when you know his right-hand man at one point and stuff like that, and you just hear the stories, and it's just like, I can't rock with it. It's a little bit too much for me. I mean,
I feel you.
Whatever you do, please do it for the glory of the Lord and keep it moving. I'm gonna be over here. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about Mr. Bryant. But yeah, I am one of those people when he endorses something, I'm raising my eyebrows at it. But yeah.
Politricking. I like that word, politricking.
Yeah. Politricking, Shannon. All these Black politricking folks making careers out of complaining with little to no real action.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful right there, Shannon, and that's a good point. That's a good point right there. So I just found it interesting. I didn't see this conversation go like that. We all seem to be pretty much on the same page. Talking about BLM. Charles Brown said, y'all sound like man's talking about CP3. Patrick Beverly talking about CP3. Lord. So what Brown, Charles, you over there in the West Coast. I know Shannon's over there in the West Coast. Shannon then laid her piece down. What's your Black Lives Matter trend? Charles, let us know in the chat. But yeah, so like I said, do I feel like Candace was doing anything extremely highly disrespectful or whatever that had old girl crying on the screen, whatever? I don't believe that whatsoever. You know what I mean? I think that was some nonsense. At the same time, I just wish Candace Owens wasn't the person. I didn't see it. Charles, copy and paste, brother. Do me a favor. Help me out. I'm trying to host this show, Charles. Anyway, so yeah. I wish Candace Owens wasn't the one doing it. But it looks like we pretty much agree. We find both of them pretty suspect.
With 17 people on here, y'all better like this video, subscribe.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't even tell people to like it or subscribe.
Because I'm the only one that can tell people to like and subscribe. Hey, listen,
you the moderator.
You guys tuning in here to the Tastemakers Pod. Definitely. Make sure to like and subscribe. Of course, it costs you absolutely nothing, but it means the world to us. Of course, it lets YouTube know that you like what you're hearing, you like where you're at, you like what you're joining in the fun with us here, and more people need to do the same. So definitely make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Tasha, for putting cats on notice. And again, y'all could have said something too. It ain't all on me.
I did.
So listen, that's what it is. Your girl Candace Owens versus Black Lives Matter. Let's keep the party moving. Brittany Griner, real quick, y'all. Brittany Griner.
Free Brittany.
That girl locked up in a Russian prison. I guess she got caught with the vape when she was trying to leave, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was like, nah, we're gonna make an example out of you. Got her locked up in the prison. So I mean, is the WNBA, is the NBA, is the U.S. government doing enough concerning Brittany Griner? What are you guys' thoughts? We'll start off with Trish.
I mean, I honestly don't know what they're doing. I do know I saw that somebody went to the embassy on her behalf and spoke with I don't know, somebody from the embassy spoke to the people, the Russians, on her behalf, but I have not heard much else. You could have put that on mute.
You so could have put that on mute.
Really?
It's so extra. So it feels like they're not doing a lot, but again, I don't know. I know her wife was saying something about them trying to do all that they can to bring her home. But I mean, that girl been there for a minute. Like, what's happening? Right, B plus, exactly.
So B plus said if Britney was a 4'10" white gymnast, she would have been home. Kiera said the U.S. did a prisoner swap with Russia, and they didn't bring Britney home, and I was done. They brought a journalist home. So yeah, definitely.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Like if Donald Trump was in office, she would have been home. Like straight up. Try and tell you, Trump was getting people home.
You might be right about that. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna hold you.
I cannot deny that statement. Unfortunately,
trying to tell you,
I don't think it was Trump, if Trump was
or Kim K. They would have been home yesterday.
Kim K.
Kim K. What y'all want? Kim K was getting people home.
Kim K was working with Trump. They was getting people home. Listen. I mean, we don't even have. I mean, going into that right now, man. Our wonderful two-party system, Lord Jesus. I mean, say what you want to say about them daggone Republicans. Say what you want to say.
Trump would have had her home.
They get stuff done, whereas we don't see the Democrats getting anything done. It's crazy. But anyway, back to the joint. Are they doing enough for Britney? What y'all think? Let's see, Brina, what you got?
I mean, I think they're doing what they can. It just seems, I think it's the optics, because I know some people feel like if it was an NBA player, it wouldn't have taken this long. Like that's some of the conversation that's going around. But I think it has a lot to do with the situation in the Ukraine too. So I think it's just their government being petty. I don't know. I mean, hopefully she gets home soon, but it's just a real messed up situation though, all around.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. So let's see here. 1971 Phenom said the NBA commissioner said they have been advised not to move so aggressively and expeditiously, so they won't use that against her. Okay. I think what he's saying is pretty much they're saying to kind of relax and chill and not go too hard so that she doesn't feel the brunt of that.
That makes sense.
So I guess that's what they're saying there. Listen, man, I just don't feel like they trying to cause World War III over Brittany Griner. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Brittany gonna have to get comfortable until some of this stuff get worked out. I hate to say it, I just kind of feel like that's probably what's popping off. You know what I mean? I don't know how much the NBA, WNBA, I don't know how much the U.S. government could do at this point. I think it's just, she's gonna have to be on ice for a minute. I mean, it sucks, right? I mean, it definitely sucks. And who knows, like I said, if it was a different persuasion, would it be a different kind of situation? It's always the thought that we as Black people have to kind of deal with as well. So I don't know. That's interesting. But yeah, definitely. Hopefully she is safe. Hopefully it is all just flexing per se. And hopefully she will be home soon. Let's see here. Really, it's the little mute button. It's got a little. There we go. Okay, there we go. Look at Goss use that mute button. Look at you. Look at you. Indeed. And Tasha, well, I'm not even going. I'm not even going. Tosh, I'm just saying they get stuff done. That's all I'm saying. Is they get stuff done. That ain't, I mean, you know me, I don't rock with either parties. This is not my game. One of them parties seem to get stuff done more than the other party for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's crazy. But anyway,
my nose is clowning you guys.
Not COVID again. Why you keep blowing your nose?
You got allergies? You sound like you got allergies.
Yeah. This Claritin ain't work. This Claritin is trash, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Claritin. Zyrtec.
I know. The corner store ain't have Zyrtec. They only had Claritin.
That's the best stuff right there.
Hey, so, where Kiara live at?
Here.
She live in Atlanta? She ain't come to my listening party?
She did. Was she around?
It's messed up,
My
Kiara.
bad. I don't even know if did I tell you about it? I feel like I did.
Kiera said, "Where's your royal nose blowers at, Goss?" The royal nostrils are clean, Your Highness.
The royal nostrils are clean.
Yo, listen. So that's Brittany Griner.
That's my fault.
Definitely, hopefully, she will return home soon. Anybody else got anything on Britt? Nope. Cool. Let's keep the party going. You know what I mean? We make it okay time. Probably not. But anyway, Congress UFO hearing. Listen. So Congress, it's been 50 years since they have actually had any hearings on UFOs. And they are now having these hearings talking about these unidentified flying objects that are being seen and different things of that nature. And it's all very, very interesting to me. Bree, let's go ahead and catch that video.
Tonight, new video of a UFO shown to lawmakers in Congress, raising more questions than answers.
I do not have an explanation for what this specific object is.
The footage recorded from a fighter pilot's cell phone capturing a few frames of a metallic object.
UAPs are unexplained, it's true, but they are real. They need to be investigated, and many threats they pose need to be mitigated.
Pentagon officials using the video during a congressional hearing as an illustration of how hard it is to determine what the objects actually are. Last year, the Pentagon releasing a report looking into more than 140 cases of what they called unidentified aerial phenomenon. Today, Pentagon officials said at least 18 cases included sensor data showing the objects behaving in ways they could not explain, but also releasing video of other cases they say are likely man-made drones appearing to swarm Navy ships during a series of incidents that involved an object seen dropping into the water.
What was splashed? Do we have any sensors underwater to detect on submerged UAPs?
So I think that would be more appropriately addressed in closed session, sir.
Intelligence committee members then briefed behind closed doors, while other members of Congress expressed frustration over a lack of answers.
I do not fear the American public knowing what we have. I would sure as heck like them to see it.
Meanwhile, the committee hopes that more congressional hearings will mean more service members come forward, and already the stigma seems to be lifting. The Pentagon saying they've received hundreds of new reports in the last year alone.
Thanks for watching. So for one, Kyle is actually, shouts out to Kyle again. Kyle said, pray for Brittany's salvation, everyone. Yo, first and foremost, that is the absolute truth. We definitely want to make sure that we are doing that. All right, JR Psalm said, man, I seen one up close and personal in my youth. And I also seen a man fall from the sky and get back up, dust himself off, and walks towards Tidewater Park in my young adulthood. Yo, what was you smoking? I'm joking, JR. I saw, but it's funny because I know where Tidewater Park is. Listen, y'all. It's been 50 years since they've had one of these joints. I just think it was very interesting that 50 years ago, we were so space enamored. Get a man on the moon, do this, do that, do that. And all of a sudden, everybody was like, no, we okay. We don't really got to. What happened? You know what I mean? Why did we back off so hard? You know what I mean? Or whatever the case may be. Just those are my thoughts or whatever the case may be. But so many, especially military pilots and different things of that nature, have seen so many unexplainable things in the air. And now we have these Congress hearings and different things of that nature. Did y'all catch that one point where they're talking about the underwater sensors? And the dude was like, I think we should probably discuss that behind closed doors. So that makes me think that there's some kind of underwater stuff that we got.
There's definitely stuff in the water.
Well,
too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I'll wait till I get to my turn. But
yeah. So anyway, just in general, UFOs, area 57 is it? Like Congress hearings, the whole nine, aliens. Trisha, let's just get to it. No, you first?
Yeah, sure. Judon, yes, there have been lots of UFO spottings in different countries. If you can look on YouTube. I mean, everywhere, all around the world. But the thing that I believe UFOs are, and I mean, y'all can call me crazy. You scared? You come to stay with me on this? It's so funny.
I'm scared.
I don't think they're like what we think they are. Like when TV makes us think that these little green men on different planets. I think they're like, demonic. I think they're just demons, like moving about the word. I mean that I think they're just moving about, doing what they normally do. And exposing.
Really? So you don't see them as being aliens necessarily from other planets. You see them as being more spiritual beings.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Really?
I don't, it doesn't even like, I have no like second guesses about that, honestly.
Like, so here's my only thing about
because
that.
The way they move too, and the way that
spiritual beings need a body. They gotta have a body to activate on to do. I mean, theoretically, if we're gonna go Bible wise, right? You would have to have a body to really to do any real act. Okay.
No.
Okay,
If you look at the Bible and study what spiritual beings look like, the angels, cherubim, all them, right? Because all demons are they were angels.
Yeah, fallen angels. Yeah.
Yes. So they move. If you read in Ezekiel, is it Ezekiel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Ezekiel. Mm-hmm.
Talk this Bible talk, Trish.
The way that they move is the same way that they're caught on film moving. Like it tells you how they kind of move in this like way of like, they don't move, they're not flowing. They're just kind of moving this way and then they just shoot out and disappear. Like I like, that's the only thing that I can think of, and it only makes sense, and it lines up with scripture. I don't think that, I mean, sure, you can't really see them.
Yeah, like, Tosh, I feel what you're saying, and you're right. Yeah, spirits need a body to actually act or do any real physical harm or per se to you. But you can still see them, theoretically, if whatever the case may be. Yeah, no, I agree with that. You're right.
And what Daryl just said, if they're extra dimensional, because they're not subject to gravity and momentum, so they don't have to like plant themselves down. Or why you got this mask on? I cannot.
Goss, you is anybody else there with you?
They're not.
No.
So why?
I think it's the dust. I think it's the dust in my house is irritating my nose.
Oh.
Okay, but we might not be able to really hear you. With
y'all hear me?
On.
Can y'all hear me?
Unfortunately, I can't make a good enough. Okay. All right. Anyway, so Trish, spiritual beings, most likely demonic and not angelic.
I think more likely it's demonic, not angelic, just because of the way they like keep exposing themselves. Like, I feel like I don't know. I don't want to get too deep, but I just feel like there's an agenda with them. I mean, they've been exposing themselves, right, for forever. But I think that they're being more intentional. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I honestly have not thought about it from that viewpoint.
Mm-hmm. My husband, shout out to my husband who has studied angelic beings and the cherubim and the seraphim. And I was like, where's that in the Bible? And he showed me, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like so explicit. So we've been kind of like studying them for years, but so I've been intrigued by it because I have seen the green lights, and I've seen a lot in the sky. That's the only thing I've ever seen. I ain't seen nothing else. Lord, please don't let me see nothing like that. But I feel I'm very sensitive to stuff. Yeah. So I don't need to see with my physical eyes. I can tell when the enemy is close. Like, you could just if you have the Holy Spirit within you, know.
You got that discernment will jump right in there. So see y'all to mess me up, because I wasn't going to spiritual beings. I'm more so focused on the fact that I believe that there are just other beings, aliens, theoretically, other physical beings per se, on other planets in the solar systems and the many yada yada yada. I'm actually one who believes that. You know what I mean? So I think it's quite arrogant for us to believe that.
I was just about to say that. It's arrogant for us to believe that.
Yeah, I think it's quite arrogant for us to believe that we're the only beings that God would have created, right? And then honestly, even Charlemagne actually said something on Breakfast Club that I thought was actually quite intriguing. He was talking to, of course, Angela and DJ Envy, who deal in real estate and different things of that nature, and they were kind of clowning him because he believes in terrestrials or whatever. And he said, "Oh, so when y'all build houses or buy houses, what y'all expect there to be somebody to rent or to live in these houses? So what y'all think God just built all these other planets with nobody, had no intention for anybody else to live on them, or whatever the case may be?" So like I said, I believe in aliens. I haven't necessarily thought of them as being spiritual beings from a demonic or angelic standpoint. I haven't thought about that as much. Now I'm gonna have to start thinking about that. I thought of them as being more like us, just on different planets. And when I say more like us, I'm not necessarily talking about humans, but just more maybe spiritual beings like us in bodies, whatever those bodies may look like, or whatever the case may be. So that's just kind of what my thought process was. Brina, what you got?
I actually agree with Trish. First of all, it's like there's so much history on demonic activity, and UFOs and space travel and all that stuff that goes back centuries. I mean, it's ancient civilization, like the Egyptians studied that stuff. Like you can see old murals of pictures of humans that look like they have like astronaut apparel on. So it's like there's always been this human fascination with outer space and other planets. I don't think that it's so much that we deny that there's any other life outside of Earth. I guess my question would be, being with this planet, like the Earth is the only planet that has human beings. Like we're created in God's image. And the Bible says that he loved this planet, that he came down here. So I really have a hard time believing that other life forms would be permitted to just come here and harass us like that.
So that's a whole other situation, them being able to come here and harass us. But yeah, go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think these things are demonic. I think they're posing as, whatever they think might interest us or frighten us. Because if you notice, they're really not really, their activity isn't really, they're not doing anything. They just kind of appear, their presence is really minimal. I just feel like the closer we get to the end, the closer we get to the return of Christ, you probably start seeing some kind of crazy activity. But yeah, I think it's just a fear tactic that the enemy is just transposing, just putting out here on people to make us fear other life forms, like the aliens are going to get us, and they can't. So,
but again, and as Tasha even put, these could be angelic as well, if we're going to use that synopsis. I enjoyed, I don't know what movie it is, but I've always enjoyed the ending of the movie. The movie with Tom Cruise, where he's got the girl and the boy, and they're, what is the movie called? Somebody in the chat help me out. Where the aliens come, Tom Cruise, girl and boy. Somebody in the chat help me out. But anyway, I've always enjoyed the end of that movie where the aliens are coming to do harm to the humans. And then eventually at the end of the movie, Morgan Freeman voiceover comes on, and he basically goes in to talk about how God would not allow them to be here. And so the aliens just start dying off. Just them being on this earth was a violation, and they just start dying off. And it's War of Worlds. I think it is War of Worlds, Charles, thanks. But anyway, so yeah, I've always enjoyed that. But Goss, what you got on this?
First of all, excuse my appearance, but I feel better when I hit my nose. It's what I gotta do. I won't stop sneezing.
Okay. Charles,
so I'm not really,
Charles acting stupid.
Got it. So I'm not as educated as I would like to be on this topic, and I don't really spend a lot of time on it. But I do believe there are other life forms on other planets. And I think it's something that, like, just like you and Charlamagne was saying, we'd be arrogant to think that there's nothing else out there and it's just us. But that just goes back to us being entitled as humans. Like, every human, will feel some sense of we know everything to a certain extent, when really we probably don't know nothing.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I really don't have no real thoughts on it because I'm not too well versed in this subject. But yeah.
Yo, these comments is taking me out.
Listen. So, Stephen, the viruses, just different cells and viruses and stuff like that, killed off the aliens because they were on Earth where they were not supposed to be. They couldn't handle what we handle on a regular basis because they weren't supposed to be here. And War of the Worlds was the movie. Thank you, Charles. Top Gun. You're silly for that. Y'all really got me in on this spiritual aspect of it. I really had never taken it to be that. And even Stephen the Levite went on, he was talking about earlier about how the different laws of gravity, and it would have to be spiritual theoretically because of the ways that they manipulate or go against these particular laws or whatever the case may be. So that's real interesting there. Y'all, Kiera,
please take it off. Please.
Yeah, God, please take it off.
I can't, man. I'll start sneezing.
It's in a new position every time I look up.
You need to dust the house or something. Dust the house or something.
I got the cleaning lady coming tomorrow. I got the cleaning lady coming tomorrow.
Rich, y'all. He got a maid and everything.
The mask ain't masking. Literally, y'all.
Bose, ain't nobody reading Enoch. That's not part of the canon. We not reading that crap. We believe in Jesus. We Christians over here. Ain't nobody reading that Apocrypha.
Let's see.
Wait, that's two different books.
That's not it.
What? Y'all is funny.
Oh my gosh! Hold on, no. But the Book of Jude actually mentions the Book of Enoch.
I don't care.
You should. I'm just saying.
There's 3 books of Corinthians, if we're going to say that, because Paul mentions the 3rd book of Corinthians. But we don't respect it. We don't acknowledge it.
Yeah, well, because we don't have it.
That's what I'm saying. We don't need it. We got everything we need. That's how
the Ethiopian church has it. The Ethiopian church has it, says Charles Brown, and that I believe.
What the American church?
That's probably true.
What Jesus church got?
Are you trying to say the American church is Jesus' church?
Come on now, let's not even.
Not at all. I'm just saying that's why I switched it. That's why I switched it. I said what Jesus church got? 66 of them things.
Oh boy.
And that's it. That's it.
I'm not one of those people who necessarily feel like
I am. I don't care.
That you can't read those other books. I do feel like there's quote unquote not necessarily a need from them because I do believe the more than just the letterist. I mean the Bible. I mean the spirit of the Bible per se is known. You can see the story, you can see the message that's being told, different things of that nature, even without those others that might have been left out per se. But
y'all
yeah.
Enoch, and y'all ain't read Genesis yet. Get out of my face.
Listen, take this off your nose, like
exactly.
It just looks crazy, bro.
I don't care. It feels better. I'm not sneezing. I'm not sniffling.
Okay.
Don't care.
Listen. So that is what it is. It's them UFO hearings popping off. I don't think it's anything that I would fear or anything like that. But y'all really on a spiritual aspect, I really haven't thought of them as being spiritual beings from the state of angelic or demonic. Like I said, I've only thought of them as being spiritual beings as in put in physical bodies like us on other planets, even though the physical bodies might not necessarily look like us. I thought of them only as aliens per se. So interesting. Always definitely interesting conversations, how people feel about extraterrestrials per se. So Let's quickly go to the next joint. Like I said, we're going to try to force feed y'all this the Cahoots joints. The Cahoots vote. It's 983-5673. Again, it's 983-5673 to be able to vote. It's a very, very simple question. Y'all let us know what you think of in the chat. The question is pretty simple. It's, do you believe the aliens exist?
Not that picture. Lord.
I like that one. I like that one.
Oh, no.
Not that picture.
Jesus.
Again, it's the Cahoots joint. Make sure to go there. It's 983-5673. That's the pin to log in and let us know your vote on whether or not you think aliens indeed do exist. There's 6 people logged in. I believe 3 have voted so far. There's only 2 more seconds to vote, and that's it. So 4 people said no, they don't believe the aliens exist, and 0 people said yes. So that's interesting.
Wait, Tasha said that.
That photo looked like Corey.
Dang.
Say what you want.
It'd be like that. So listen.
Say what you want.
Let's keep the party going. Oh my. Listen, okay, man. I want to. This is way too many topics on the docket, guys.
How many more we got?
Let's just do one more.
I told y'all to check the daggone list, and none of y'all checked the daggone list.
I did check the list. I said we breezed through it. You over here marinating on the topic.
So I'm marinating on the topics. Okay.
We're all marinating. I'm not
okay. All right.
Sponsored by De Leon.
Stop. It is not. Stop this.
Hey, if they was willing to give us money, I don't know that I.
I mean,
call me Puff. Call me Puff.
I'm messing. So listen, Kanye West pretty much sweeps the Christian category at the Billboard Music Award. Just in general, real quick, what do we think about that? Should Kanye be able to do that? Is Kanye a Christian artist? Should his music be ranked with the other gospel and Christian artists as well? Goss, what you say?
I don't think so. And I don't think so because I think it is a spit in the face to people that really do gospel music and people that really make good gospel music. And they probably have never gotten even a look at a Billboard award or never even got invited to the Billboard Awards. And you got Kanye over here who makes a pseudo, I don't want to say pseudo Christian album, but it's not a gospel album. Like, it's Kanye West being a Christian and making music that he believes in. But if we're talking about the genre of gospel music, I wouldn't call it a gospel music album. Mm-hmm. So I think it's low-key disrespectful and a little bit of appropriation of the gospel culture.
Okay. I hear you there. Tasha said Kanye about as Christian as a lot of folks who wrote the stuff we grew up singing. Listen,
you're probably right.
Y'all gonna stop coming for the old saints, but anyway, or ain'ts or whatever y'all want to call them. Okay, Brina, what you think? What can Kanye do? What can Kanye not?
I mean, I agree with Corey. I don't know if it was John P. Key or Ty Tribbett. It was one of those two that was complaining about this very thing when he was charting, like on all the gospel Christian charts. Like, this is why. I just think it does take away that opportunity for the people who are truly Christian artists to be recognized for their work. So I don't think he should get that until he actually acknowledges himself as a Christian artist.
Okay. So
wait, Rel said we tough on the Saints. Let's be clear. When R. Kelly made that gospel album,
Brina, if you can,
R. Kelly. Were you okay with R. Kelly winning gospel awards? Are you okay with Snoop winning gospel awards and Stellar awards? That's what I'm saying. It's not that we hard on the Saints. It's just a lot of people that have been doing it way before them that have not got recognized, that need to get that love before you get a mainstream person love.
What is y'all laughing at?
You'll see soon, Trish.
That's all got the text except for me.
You'll see soon, Trish. But Trish, what do you think about your man Kanye sweeping the Christian categories at the Billboard Music Awards?
I mean,
Trish probably love it.
No, I don't love it. I just, it's interesting. that whoever's over the Billboard Awards would even put him in that category.
Tasha, we got y'all. Hold on. Just hold your horses.
What? I know, right? Right.
I need to call her for real. I got some lawyer issues.
So I think I was gonna say a couple things. Even though Kanye's music wasn't like, he's like, this isn't necessarily a gospel album or whatever. He probably, and this might, I don't know. I don't care if it hurts anybody's feelings, but he probably said more about God than most CHH artists. I mean, let's just be clear. Let's just keep it a buck.
What?
Let's just keep it a buck. I'm not saying it was like a whole bunch of he's talking just, I'm not saying that it was that explicit, but I'm just saying he was keeping it he was just being himself. He was just being himself. So, but I think I understand though. I'm not saying that it makes it okay. I think that there is all the gospel artists and, Christian artists have a right to feel some type of way about that. You know what I mean? Cause it's really they probably feel robbed, and they should because Kanye is not necessarily making music for those genres. So that's what, that's where it's just weird. It's weird that he got all those awards over who's out. I don't listen to gospel records like that, but over who? Tasha Cobbs? I don't know who's out.
Your issue is my issue, which is probably the issue.
Oh, okay.
Right? We listened to Donda though, didn't we?
We sure did.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the thing,
and it's better music, right? Too, right? I mean,
production and the music, all the things. He has all the things, right? But also I think that a lot of Christian artists don't be talking about real life stuff. I want to hear about real life stuff. That's why I love, and I know we get in there, but that's why I really, of course.
Trish, I think you're tripping on that.
What? I'm tripping on what?
On what?
The gospel artists, do we talking about real life stuff? Have you heard Helen Bella's testimony?
Come on, stop it. No. What he's talking about is the absolute 100%.
I'm logging off.
He just did not mention the fact that was in the early 90s, mid 90s. What are you talking about, Ross? Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
Awesome.
No, hold on. We about to go down the list. No, because I listen to gospel music, so I know what's going on in these gospel streets. Did Tamla Man not get a joint? Truth is, I'm tired.
Well, Take Me to King was one track. Helen Baylor's joint was a whole freak. But anyway,
her argument was gospel artists don't talk about real life stuff. They talk about more real life than Kanye does. You should be able to relate to the gospel artist more so than the billionaire who's talking about stuff that you don't know about.
Okay, let me.
Okay. Oh, hold on, no, because we're talking about right now. Take Me to the King came out in 2012. What are we talking about?
Okay, so let me go back. I do have a gospel playlist. Now I don't know how
I'm about to crush this conversation.
These songs they didn't come out in 2022. I'll say that they're recent, but not 2022 recent necessarily. So I don't really know all of. I'm talking about this year's gospel artists, the music. I really don't. I don't know. It's certain songs that I can rock with, but I'm talking about as a whole though. The gospel music genre, they're talking about real life. I saw Tasha what you said. Help me, sis, because I ain't hearing it. I ain't hearing people talking about real life. I ain't hearing people talking about marriage. I'm talking about real life marriage stuff. I ain't hearing nobody talking about sex. I ain't hearing nobody talking about, I got molested. I ain't hearing nobody. I'm not hearing people talk about that stuff. Nobody's talking about that. And this is real life stuff, trauma stuff, and it's actually good to hear. To listen to, Sonic.
But that was all of Donnie McClurkin's testimony, though.
That was his testimony.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And again,
Jonathan McReynolds,
recent stuff?
Late 90s now.
Jonathan McReynolds.
Jonathan McReynolds has a long shelf life, though. That's a little bit
Jonathan McReynolds.
Today, 2022, though.
Has anybody heard Jonathan McReynolds' album?
I did not.
Jonathan McReynolds is another one.
He's another one.
I do like Jonathan McReynolds, and
we like Johnny Mac, but
he's one out of how many?
No, he's not. I'm about to give you all of them. I'm about to give you all of them.
Give them all.
Because again, so y'all already said that y'all don't listen to gospel music. So how would you know that what these people are talking about if you don't listen to the music? I listen to the music. So I listen to the music, and it helps me because I'm like, man, that's crazy. That's super encouraging what they're talking about. That's number one. So I listen to a Kanye, and I listen to just like I said in the chat, a Hezekiah Walker or Jonathan McReynolds or a Molly Music, who's more gospel now than he is anything else. Or even these new gospel artists like Corinne Hawthorne.
I listen to okay, let me not say I don't listen to gospel music at all, because I do listen to some. I just don't listen to a lot of them because I don't really
consider Corinne
she's not gospel to
and I don't
me,
necessarily consider Johnny.
But they're technically gospel. They are.
What are they?
They are technically gospel because they're Black Christians singing music. But
what are they then? If they're not gospel.
I mean, if Johnny is the epitome of a singer-songwriter. I mean, he's pretty much a guitar and I mean, he's not your typical gospel sound either.
If you win a Stellar Award, that means you're a gospel artist. Like Stellar Awards are gospel music awards.
I'm sure I can dispel that by giving you somebody who won a Stellar who wasn't a gospel artist necessarily.
No, you can't.
I'm sure some secular artists won some Stellar at one point or another.
So what kind of gospel music are y'all talking about that you can't relate to? Because I don't understand this argument.
I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the stuff I hear on gospel radio can't do jack for me at this point in 2022.
Yeah.
And that goes for regular CCM radio as well.
Yeah. CeCe's newest single, I did like that.
CeCe's joint is fire. Her new joint is ill.
Yeah.
Hold on. We're talking about the one that really blew up last year?
Yeah, recently. Yeah.
What's the song called? I can't.
How's that joint go? It's dope though.
It is really good.
It's super fire.
I listen to more.
Yeah.
I do listen to
I think,
more CCM,
I hate to say it, but I feel like that song is hot because it's CeCe. And she's just got an amazing voice. And she, had anybody else sung that song, I don't think it would be what it is. It's CeCe. And the reason why I make that statement is because before I realized and before I heard CeCe sing it, I was at some church and they sung the song and I really was not feeling it. And then I heard CeCe sing and I was like, oh, CeCe got that. CeCe got that juice. She got that annoying. It's a little different.
Okay.
But,
Mike Jr., PMJ. Are y'all kidding me?
Pastor Mike Jr.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him, but I don't really be checking with him.
Oh my God.
I'm familiar with him.
He's the new Ty Tribbett.
He is flowing like that. But sometimes I be listening to some of these cats. It's weird. I don't know. I can't. I'm just not a gospel cat.
I'm not letting y'all talk about this like gospel music. PMJ is killing it. CeCe got that fire song.
Dude, I was raised on the Winans and Commission and Kirk Franklin.
Let's talk about
Fred Hammond. You know what I mean?
And she's coming to Domination too.
New Cats
be at
really.
Domination.
Doe will be on
She's
Domination.
Really
These are all gospel people.
I like old school
about.
jazz. That's where I'm at to it. Hey, let's quickly get this picture up real quick that we were laughing at. That was kind of an inside joke. Let everybody know exactly what was going on. This was sent by your man Charles Brown. This is
Ew, not me in this. Y'all keep catching me mid-laughing. That is hilarious.
We do be catching your pictures is always doing something funny. That is hilarious. But yes, definitely.
Always talking good. Devin.
Yes, Kirk Franklin is always going to deliver. Always. That's why I think Kirk Franklin. Yeah, because he says what needs to be said to me, and he doesn't really need to have to go deep, but it's like deep enough where it's like, yo, what he said is like penetrating, I'm getting it, I'm feeling it. He looks so crazy. Let us vote on God's mask. Goss's mask memes. Yes.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. We do need more gospel masters, but shout out to Charles Brown for that one. That was, Share song said, yo, I almost woke up my kids. Listen. That joint, that was hilarious. So, I don't know. should Kanye be able to do that? Like I said, I think I agree with Stephen the Levite. It was the Billboard Music Awards. It wasn't the Stellar Music Awards. It was a worldly situation. Billboards is just looking at numbers at the end of the day, and there's nobody in gospel music who can touch Kanye's numbers. There's nobody in mainstream music except for Drake and a few others that actually can touch Kanye's numbers. So it is going to be what it is when it comes down to that. I think that's just kind of where it is. And I think I agree a lot with Trisha. I need more real, maybe from the Christian music world, whether it's CCM, whether it's gospel. I need just a little bit more real, to be extremely frank. And I don't know, right now where gospel music is at, even sonically, it just isn't.
What?
It ain't hitting to me like it hit. The writing, the worship, the whole bit, I just can't see it like it was in the 90s. It was in the early 2000s.
It is different than it was in the 90s. I will give you that one.
Sonically and writing wise.
Y'all tripping.
Yeah, the pen game. Come on, man. Can't none of them cats touch Fred's pen games. You look at Israel's pen game. You look at a lot of those pen games, just Kirk's pen game. Come on. Like, who's touching these pen games? Except now, Johnny can semi-touch the pen game.
Ty.
Ty. When is the last time Ty really?
You know
what I'm saying?
First of all, I used to love everything Ty Tribbett came out with.
Charles, tell this man his ears are old, bro. Tell this man his ears are old.
No, not today.
This new gospel is fire. I don't know what y'all
I agree. I think gospel is struggling to find its relevance. We probably about a month or two, maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, we put up the numbers to show you how many people are listening to gospel music right now. And the numbers are minuscule. It's a crying shame. And I just think that has a lot to do with the music that's being made, or at least the music that maybe is being pushed by Christian radio.
I think that's what it is. The music that's being pushed by mainstream. Because I mean, I'm sure there's like good gospel music out there somewhere. I just,
But there was a lot of Fred's comment though too about why the genre is suffering though, because he said everything is going Maverick. But
everything's going Maverick City. He was also saying that basically because R&B doesn't hit like R&B used to hit per se either, that makes a bit of a difference as well, is what he was saying as well. So listen, So Inez said, Inez said, Goss, make us a playlist. We'll have it next week, right, Goss? You got a playlist for us we can rock out to? Yeah. Cool. What you was about to say, Trish?
No, he was mentioning Seven, the rapper, who talks about being molested, struggling with addiction, being sexually tempted. And I mean, much respect to Seven. I'm not like a huge fan of the music necessarily, but I do respect him
Seven's
doing
an OG
music like that. So, but I'm thinking about gospel specifically though, like. And I'm not really a huge CCM fan either, but there are certain songs that just, worship like just take me where I like it just takes me there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can listen to if I'm gonna listen to a gospel song where I'm like in worship mode, it's gonna be old school gospel, like just period. It's Fred is always good for that.
Man, I really want to get off this topic, but y'all really like what gospel songs right now are really taking us in?
What do y'all mean taking in though? Like where you're worshiping, like on your face?
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on a second. Have we forgot about one? In my opinion, one of the top 3 gospel albums ever made. Travis Green's "The Hill." Are we serious? You Made a Way.
I don't know his albums, but I do have a couple of his songs on my gospel playlist. So I will.
You Made a Way is not taking you in?
That song. I mean, that song may as well be Marvin Sapp's.
Oh my God!
You saw the best of me. That's what that "You Made a Way" is to me. It's the same freaking song. You know what I mean? I'm just. Give me more. Just
What do you
give
mean?
me better writing. Give me more worship. Give me better writing. Really press in. You know what I mean? You know,
Are you crazy?
press in like Fred. Press in like Kirk. Press in like Tone. Press in like.
Did you not hear the hill? Intentional? Intentional didn't do nothing for you?
We're gonna have to sing it or something.
Okay,
like
hold on. Let me. This is what's on my new worship playlist. I have
intentional.
Todd Galberth.
Todd Delaney. Todd Gal. Are y'all crazy?
Yep. I have both.
Y'all
of
are
them.
sick right now.
Make a playlist. All these names y'all are saying, I know these names. I've heard these names.
I'm gonna share.
And I know these names and like one or two songs of each of them. And none of them songs is really moving me like that.
Okay,
King Jesus?
It's like the anointing hair.
No.
Jesus.
Wow.
Let me not say. I'm not with quote on that one.
Quote is
I'm gonna share with you my playlist.
Every song you're missing, everything you're missing in Tasha, I'm with you, but those are all Throne Room CC, awesome, beautiful work, great writing. Not you. I'm talking to Tosh.
Oh, you talking to Tosh?
Yeah. Israel.
When I call his name. When I call his name. Oh my God!
I call your name.
Y'all are crazy.
That song, I could kind of rock with that to an extent.
Now you kind of rock with it.
Yeah, I can rock with that one. Yeah, I can rock with that one.
William McDowell. That's Spirit Breakout.
But McDowell's
another one.
But hold on, was that originally his? I thought that wasn't him.
No, that's
originally.
Will. That's Will.
All I know is
hold on, Spirit Breakout, like tear these walls down, like Spirit Breakout.
Spirit Breakout.
Tear these walls down. That's not originally McDowell, is it?
I think it is.
Don't ask me. I
was a white person. That's CCM.
I don't know.
I'm almost positive. And exactly, Charles. That's my point. Majority of the music that we are naming right now is 8+ years ago.
Is it? Oh wow!
Yes,
not Todd Delaney though.
What y'all talking about? All this stuff is old.
Listen, and it's in my new worship playlist.
No, it's not. Todd Delaney's not old. William McDowell, not William McDowell. Todd Delaney, Todd Galberth, Travis Green.
Right.
These people are not old, bruh.
All I could say is make sure you have a playlist ready next week.
Fam, I just gave y'all a whole joint.
I'm just saying.
What are you talking about?
Kira just confirmed that is William. I swear I heard a white person do it first, so that's what I thought.
Man,
So Will I by Hillsong United is my song. Like I know it's
I knew it. Spirit Breakout is Kim Walker Smith. I knew that was Kim Walker.
Is
the
it?
Same? Yes.
Or did they steal it from us?
No, Kim Walker Smith made this track back in 2012, and then let's find out where when William McDowell released it. William McDowell.
Oh, Broken People? Listen
Spirit
to me.
Breakout.
I listen to that. I can listen to that song every day. Now that song I can listen to every day. If that's the one that's on
William
YouTube,
McDowell put it out in 2016. Kim put it out in 2012. I knew that was Kim Walker Smith did that. Now Kim is a beast. Kim Walker Smith has been lacing us with tracks for years.
Who's Kim Walker Smith? Is
Kim
she
Walker
white?
Smith? Yeah, she's the one that
Is
did
dope
the
white girl?
what is it? Your love? Yeah, she's real dope. Your love is chasing after me. What is it?
Bowles.
How he loves me.
Bowles. Please tell them about this gospel music, Bowles, because they over here tripping, Bowles.
Kim is good. Again, I expect a playlist next week. That's all I got to say. And it better be all gospel, no CCM. All gospel.
I'm just gonna deny it. I give you 5 songs.
And it can't be stuff that they stole either, because William McDowell stole that from Kim. I knew Spirit Breakout wasn't his.
I don't know her. She look young.
I just gave y'all 5 or 6 songs.
No,
right
Kim
now.
is not young either.
That's half the
she might look young from a marketing standpoint, but she's not young either. Y'all don't remember what was it? His love, like how
KCJ. That's another good one.
Oh, how he loves. Yeah, I think it was Jesus Culture. Thank you, Disney. Thank you, Destiny.
Oh no,
Thank you.
How He Loves Us is way old.
That
is, but all that is Kim. That's what I'm saying. Just like that other joint is Kim.
That's before Kim. How He Loves Us is super old. Like
Y'all to rock my world.
I gotta How He Loves Us. People were singing that for like 25 years.
So Jesus Culture, which is Kim. Jesus Culture. Kim is in Jesus Culture.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, that
was in 2007.
Before 07, someone wrote that song. It's
I think Crowder might have been
Crowder is one of them. Like so many people sang that song.
Right, but Kim is who made that track.
Oh, that's what's up.
It's her voice, y'all keep hearing in a lot of CCM joints. Kim's been doing stuff for years. Anyway, I'm so frustrated right now. Please have a playlist ready.
I can't wait. I
got
it
ready
now.
And it can only be gospel. It cannot be CCM.
100%.
It needs to be 20. Yes, thank you. 2020 and above. 2020, 21, or 2022. Please. Goss, that's your homework. I'm not going to require nothing else of you next week. You don't even got to give a meme of the week if you could just bring that playlist.
Oh, word.
Okay, no. Bring please have a meme of the week. And don't just be copying somebody's playlist, Goss. Make a playlist. You can get somebody to collaborate with
songs I listen to.
Tashan said she gonna make a playlist too.
Please.
I'm gonna tell you the songs I'm listening to.
Please. I pray y'all prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong in this.
Jesse said it better bump. It better bump.
Michael Stampley, but that's okay. So listen.
I don't know who that is.
So that's 2012, 2020 Gospel Song. All right, listen.
It's 12:10.
It is.
We got one more.
Nah, we'll save it for next week.
Theoretically, we have two more because we're supposed to be reviewing Kendrick's album.
We'll save it for next week.
And next week, Kendrick's album is going to be over. We're probably going to knock out the Our Christian Singles Entitled. We'll go ahead and knock that conversation out.
Why would we do that if Kendrick's album is going to be old next week? Why would we can't do Kendrick's album now and then have that singles topic next week? Because that's
I think we should do that.
Y'all, that's literally what I just said.
Oh
no, it's not. You said the opposite.
I said Kendrick's album is going to be old next week. We can knock out knock out of the picture the Christian Singles Entitlement.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought you. Okay.
We misheard you. So sorry.
Yeah.
So, Kendrick Lamar. Y'all got me worked up because music is important to me, and I don't, if I'm missing a lot of these, y'all let me know. So, we've already trashed the singles topics. Yeah, I don't want it. I'm with you on that, Tosh. We was kind of there as well. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, your man Kendrick Lamar released that joint last Friday. Of course, it broke all kinds of iTunes records and different things of that nature. As Kendrick is pretty much that dude artistically for this particular generation at the moment. So, how did we feel about Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers? Let's go ahead and start with.
Do we have to start one by one? Can we just chime in? I'm sorry.
We can just chime in. Yeah. I mean, get in. Go ahead. Do what you do.
Oh, am I going? I'm surprised Corey don't want to go first.
I was kind of surprised about that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm chilling.
What?
So all you, Trish.
I am in shock.
I'm still pissed off about the gospel music.
Why are you pissed?
Because I'm so frustrated at where music is and stuff. So frustrated.
It's gonna be okay.
I mean, hey, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers
indeed
is, I mean, the playback ability for me is all the way up. Like I literally played the whole album, and I don't play whole albums back to back like that. I played it and I was intentionally listening at least 10 or 11 times in a row. I mean, United in Grief to me as a dancer, I typically listen to a song and I'm listening to the beat first. So, it was like the working up to like the climactic part of the song just had me I was like, yo, this song is like amazing. Just listening to the beat. Then as I'm listening to the words, and it's just Kendrick just addressed all of what we're as Black folk are experiencing, the traumatic parts of our lives, I'm like losing my words, but just everything, like all the things that have been going on in the last 2 years, right, since the pandemic. Even when he's talking about on the Father Time song,
mm-hmm.
like just being able to relate. Well, not me necessarily, but I know a lot of Black men being able to relate to what he's talking about, like the fatherlessness of it all, and how he's coped with stuff. And I gotta shout out the We Cry Together, even though it's like it's just so, even though it's like
it's art. It's art.
So artistic, creative. Like I'm like, yo,
art.
y'all are like cussing each other out.
Yeah,
in
it's
song
trauma,
and
but
beat.
it's art.
You know what I'm saying? Just like and it also is something I can relate to, having a past relationship where that's all that it was, just cussing each other out, arguing, but also knowing that a lot of single women go through that, like, and single men going through, just that toxic type relationship.
Charles said, "We cry together equal baby boy."
Exactly.
Jody! Listen,
Literally.
not only that, but We Cry Together also, it kind of reminded me of Shobaraka when he did that joint with Vanessa Hill and they were going back and forth. Shobaraka, that was kind of cool too. So anyway, you were saying?
No, I don't want to be the only one talking, because I like the feedback, but Auntie Diaries, relatable, I mean, it definitely speaks to today's, where we're at with, our family members who are trans, and it was like I was listening to a family member talking about, like my cousin, or it was just the storytelling. Like
storytelling was on point.
Such a genius when it comes to that stuff. Like, it's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah.
What else? There's so many great songs. Die Hard.
Die Hard was a great single. Yeah, it was a great single sounding song. So I enjoyed that.
N95. I mean, it's just relating to what is going on. It's just, yeah. That's all I got. I'm not going to.
Ross, what you got? What you got? Kendrick Lamar.
That was good. That was real dope. N95, when the beat came in, it just hit something different when that beat drops on N95. Thought that was super dope. Would love to hear a Kanye verse on Die Hard. I thought it was, set up a lot for him to go crazy.
There was about 3 songs on the album that were extremely Kanye influenced, by the way.
Oh, you think so?
At least 3. Yeah.
Got you.
You could definitely hear the Donda and other references, yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Purple Hearts with Ghost was dope, and Summer Walker, she killed those.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to chime in on that one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
as a married woman, I was like, yes, but go ahead.
Yeah. That joint was crazy. My favorite joint was probably Savior. Savior got a lot of replay for me. That was super, super dope. Kendrick still trying to figure out what he believes and what he's on.
Yeah, that's always.
I don't know if he's Muslim, Christian, Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, he don't
know.
He don't know.
It changes with each album. Like,
Yeah.
I was
Steven.
I was uncomfortable with the amount of God talk and just the amount, like, to be a major artist, not your typical mainstream artist, a major artist.
Yeah.
I feel like had way more cussing on this album than I'm used to hearing from major artists, like your top tier artists. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, like it was a lot of cussing.
It is Kendrick. I mean,
Kendrick. Yeah. I hear you. I'm just saying it was a great deal of cussing. I don't know that I've ever heard that much God talk and cussing at the same place. It was just a whole lot of cussing, and I had to eventually. iTunes got the edited version and I had to switch. I admit I did need to hear the cussing version before the edited version, just so I know where certain things fit. Especially like there's no way you could listen to We Cry together.
At all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There would be no song.
Yeah, there'd be no song, right? So that's just that. But yeah, I was actually a little uncomfortable with that, just because, don't get me wrong, I'm used to hearing mainstream artists cuss. That's not it. I feel like there was more than I'm normally used to hearing. And then to be mixed with so much God talk, it was just like, oh Lord. But the album was great. Production, artistically, the talking.
Boy, I'm not done giving my review though.
Oh, then jump into it. Do what you do.
So I don't like when he be using those stupid voices. Like, just rap in your regular voice, bro. Like,
I love it.
I love that. I actually enjoy that too. I
stuff.
love the fact that he can sound different. Matter of fact, on one track he sounded exactly like Jay Monty. But anyway, go ahead.
I don't like it. Jay Monty sounded like him. You mean probably?
No.
So I gotta have
like this particular track. He sounded exactly like Jay Monty because this was one of the things where Kendrick went out of his normal version. Jay Monty always sounds like that. So it was just one particular track.
Stephen Levi said he liked the intro. I really didn't like the intro. I like go straight to N95, but that's just me. Yo, Kodak Black showed up. Like, he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, I be liking. Well, now I like it. At first, I didn't like it, but now I like. I like it when these super lyrical miracle rappers and these dudes that got a lot of clout and stature in the game, when they mess with rappers who necessarily aren't equal to them, right? So J. Cole did it a lot when like 21 Savage, right? Or like when he did a song with not Lil Peep, he did a song with one of these little mumble rappers, and it was kind of like, oh, all right, that's what we doing now. And then Kendrick got Keem on the joint. He got Kodak Black.
Keem is
but
white.
Like it's funny though, because like they be like looking. We're not looking out. Like I think they like him, like for real. Like they wouldn't be on these.
That's his cousin.
That's his cousin.
Oh, I mean, if my cousin rapped and he wasn't good, I wouldn't put him on my album. But that's just me.
And then the word on the street though is actually a lot of Baby Keem stuff is actually
written by Kendrick. Yeah.
Got you.
That's what Ruslan was saying on the. Shout out to Ruslan. Y'all should watch that video. Him talking about the album, because I didn't know that Kendrick professed to be a believer, like a Christian. Did not know that.
Oh yeah.
I
sure. He definitely did.
Yeah, he's definitely done that. But then
there's some other albums he did for sure.
Yeah, and then if you listen to Damn, all you hear is Hebrew Israelite talk all through that joint.
For sure. Exactly.
So it's like, I don't know that Kendrick know what he is. I think
he changes religions every album.
Every
single one.
Yeah, and then Charles mentioned, just the amount of new ageism that.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Now, I definitely couldn't relate to the couple cussing each other out because I didn't see that growing up. I don't do that with my relationships that I've been in. I don't talk to girls who do that. Like, that's just too much. So
I've been there. It wasn't necessarily cussing, but just a lot of back and forth. I've been there before.
Yeah, that's not my style. Like,
early 20s.
Nah, like I stay away from girls like that. Like, that's like, if I even sense that in your personality, I'm good. We don't need to talk.
And then y'all end up in a sexual situation. Yeah, I've been there. Early 20s.
I haven't been there. So, but yeah, it was a good album. Real good album. Got a lot of replay value, all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Brina Bree.
I think artistically it was really good. I kind of checked out for a minute at We Cried Together because it was just Malcolm and Marie-ish, but
it was definitely Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah. But I mean, the whole album though, I would be excited to see his live show. Like,
I'm going to see it July 22nd.
There you have it.
Did you buy
in Miami?
Did they release the tickets yet?
What? Yeah. They've been on sale since March.
Yeah.
Really?
See, I didn't know that.
They $400 though. They $400.
Wow.
Just let you know. But it's Kanye, it's Future, and Kendrick.
Oh no, I'm talking about Kendrick's tour. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
they didn't release them yet. That's what I'm trying to buy tickets.
I thought I saw a wait list for tickets though.
It
for
is.
His tour.
It is. Yeah.
They coming to Atlanta?
Yeah, they coming to Atlanta.
Okay.
Of course they're coming to Atlanta. So what's funny about that, Tasha, is I'm not necessarily a makeup sexologist because even in what I was talking about my early 20s, I still won't having sex with chicks. You know what I mean? Because I was Mr. Christian. So we would do everything but it was a makeup everything but type situation. That's for sure. Because we thought we could do everything
that
but
the Christian way. At one
that
point?
was the Christian way. Everything but.
Unfortunately.
Everything but intercourse.
Let's keep it a bag.
I mean, that's just what it was. That's what it was. So let's call it what it was. It's after midnight. We can talk about it. Let's see here. So, but yeah. I definitely.
Not the Quiet Storm version.
It's the adult version after midnight.
Skirt.
Tastemakers After Dark.
Let me get the De Leon. Hold on. Let me get the De Leon.
Oh Lord.
See, just sit with it.
So
I'll just join open.
So anyway, I mean, come on. From an artistic standpoint, the album was awesome. It's always like to see growth in artists, and of course, you can see the growth in Kendrick. Even though it's like, Kendrick be doing a lot, so you never know really what he's into at the particular time or whatever the case may be.
No more comments.
Listen, we tasting it all. You heard?
Hold on. I don't like the way that sounds, but
I'm talking to Tosh.
What?
No, you ain't. You better watch it. Don't be talking to my friend like that.
She like my talking like that.
Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale, Big Steppers. Okay.
He's playing. Get your boy quote.
Yeah, I them two single folk. I ain't in nothing. Single folk got nothing to do with me. Let's see. So, but yeah, no. I thought "United in Grief" was actually the first track I think which Stephen Levi was talking about.
I can smell.
Oh, Steffi knows.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
The chat runs this show.
We gotta go.
At any point, somebody can say something crazy. Somebody from the chat gonna send a picture, a meme, a 5 minutes after meme. You know what I mean? Like it's the chat runs the Tastemakers Pod at the end of the day. Salutes to all of you guys for sure. But I think that's all I really got on the joint. I'm trying to see what up. Just a lot of great music on the joint. Of course, him letting you know that he is not your savior and different things of that nature. Him letting you know that he's got to look out for himself. I will say though, Kendrick is all over the place though. You know what I mean? And so because Kendrick is so all over the place, so it makes me not trust him just a little bit, which is interesting as well. I'm just like, really, who are you?
What do you mean trust him?
Like trust in the sense of like, who are you? You know what I mean? Who are you? What are you really about? What are your real principles and morals, Mr. Morale? What is it really?
It's nuanced. Is that the word I'm looking for? Nuanced or very like
Ruslan, what up?
Yo, Ruslan in the chat. What's poppin', Rus?
Yes, we rang your name, Ruslan.
Yeah. We was talking about Trisha Thomas, the video you did on Kendrick. I think it was maybe late this weekend, this past weekend.
Yeah, it was good. I was because you like was putting me game to stuff that I didn't know about Kendrick, and but you made some really great points. So I told them to go watch a video.
Dope. But that's really about it, y'all. Like I said, this is officially Tastemakers After Midnight, so it's about that time. I will say that though, I love the art. Beautiful what Kendrick does so far, probably album of the year, yada yada yada. But as much as I see the growth, I have a problem trusting Kendrick. I'm like, who is Kendrick? What is he really about? What does he really stand on? Yada yada yada. Boom boom boom.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what it is. Y'all make sure to like. Go ahead, Trish.
Sorry, before we leave, Tasha had said, "How does it compare to Pimp a Butterfly?" And my husband, that's like his like favorite album of like all time. Well, not all time, but one of his favorite albums of all time. And I gotta say, it's hard for me to compare the two because To Pimp a Butterfly to me is a classic as well. Like just musically, I mean, lyrically, content wise, like everything. I mean, it's just excellent. It's an excellent album. And Good Kid, Mad City, I love that album as well. So I feel like they're all very different in their own right. You know what I'm saying? Just like sound wise and content is just different. So I can't compare. It's hard to compare, but To Pimp a Butterfly I don't know. It's still up there for me.
Okay. So that's what we probably should have done is ranking Kendrick's album. That'll probably be the next joint. So that is what it is. Y'all, it's late. It is officially time to get up out of here. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe. Of course, you got to lock right here to the Tastemakers Pod. Shouts out to JR Psalms in the chat, Stephen the Levite in the chat, Tosh in the chat, Inez, Ruslan actually in the chat. What's popping, Rus? Rel, of course, and everybody else who joins us every single week. We'd be nothing without you guys. Again, y'all make sure to tell a neighbor and a friend about what we do here at the Tastemakers Pod. That be your girl, Trisha Bell. That's your man, Light Skin Corey. That's Brina. They call me, quote, let me know what y'all thought about the voting situation thing. We're trying to get more interactive with that. Holla at us, let us know. It's the Tastemakers Pod. We'll catch you guys next week. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.
Tastemakers.
Classic. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers, aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. We do more than make a living, we make a life. When everything is dark, we are the light. We are the tastemakers, aight. Let tomorrow tell the stories that we make tonight. For the movers and shakers, for the new tastemakers, sommeliers came out to play. Classics in the current day. For the movers and shakers, for the new